Good evening, everybody. It is a marvelous Monday and Happy New Year 2026. We are back with the recap, with our first recap of the year, the Real Housewives of Potomac, baby. Okay. Woo! Diva, welcome to 2026. We are here.
When you said it, I'm like, that's right. This is our first recap for the year. Welcome in the building, everybody. Yo, we here. We hanging in there. The Real Housewives of Potomac. And all I can say is, Royaire, this season, they giving us a show.
Okay, I am here for all of it. I am here for
last second of it. I'm here for it too.
Mm-hmm. I am just like Diva. The people listened and they clocked. Okay, they clocked in. Okay, the people clocked in. People are paying attention. The people are reading. Okay, it's giving throwback housewives.
They showed up for work.
The last 2 weeks, Diva, I have actually watched these episodes live on Sunday evening. Like,
I did too.
It's giving nostalgia. It's giving throwback housewives. I see that we're really dealing with some issues that really matter. They ain't pressing issues, but they're issues that matter. They make sense. There are valid points. And we got to talk about some stuff because Diva, how we judging people for drinking and doing all of this, but we having a whole party and everybody getting toe up. But we're going to talk about it. Listen, we are live on both channels, Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So make sure that you hit that like button on both channels for us. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell on all. That way you see each and every time we post a video with you in mind. We are back with our first recap in 2026, Diva. We've been doing this now for about 2 years together. This is our second season in, and we've been doing the show. Shout out to us. Shout out to everyone who has been watching us since day one. We appreciate your love and support. We appreciate y'all being here. If you can do us one more favor, hit that share button. Let the people know that we are live and we are recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac, episode 13, season 10, Altitude with Attitude, okay? But before we jump into our recap, y'all know what we do. It's the first of the year, and we got to get into this street news. So let's jump into our street news segment.
All right.
All righty. Well, Diva, what you got to talk about today, honey?
Well, honey, wait. Oh, hold on. Let me go back to it so I could unmute it. So let me get the background on this. Jamal Bryant and his new wife, Kerry, they had like a benefit gala that they were part of or whatever. She wore this dress because they have these dresses now that have the illusion of being nude underneath, but it's just the illusion. So, a lot of people online, they were blacking out because they said she the first lady. And in the Black community, the first lady of the church is everything. They are like the president of the United States for us in the wife, the people, the first lady and the pastor of the church that we attend, right? So they was clutching their plurals, like, how could a first lady wear a dress like that? Well, when Jamal Bryant got to the comment section, it not for nothing, but when you the pastor of the church and you worried about the comments, then I'll move past that for 1.2 seconds, whatever, right? So you the pastor of the church, you worry about the comments, what people saying about your wife. He took time on Sunday service to address the people about the situation, told the people they ain't never been nowhere. He bought the dress and it's all right that she wore it because he liked it and he the only person that gotta like it. How are you supposed to be teaching the people the congregation to fly above? Supposed to do like a
come on, Candy.
Supposed to do like Candy Burris, fly above all the haters. How you teaching the people to fly above all the haters and you here addressing it in the pulpit? So Giselle had the same sentiment as me. She just said she wished that he didn't address it in the pulpit because she didn't feel that was the proper place to address it. And before I put the sound on, it says, y'all feel her? Giselle says she wishes Jamal Bryant didn't respond to the haters during Sunday service regarding his white dress. Maybe use a Bible study moment. Let's leave Sunday for the word of the Lord. And can I get an amen? Because I agree with her. Hold on, let's listen.
So, yeah, that part. Yeah, because that's when you make it unnecessarily bigger than it is. Yeah, you bring more attention to it for sure. Yeah. But I also think, I don't know, I'm just like, it was an unnecessary discussion, period. Yeah. So just, I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. I don't see nothing wrong with Jamal's wife's dress. Did you see all the discourse online? Yes. I don't see anything wrong with that dress. It was fine. It was fine. Yes. Yeah. But this is the thing. You know, people gonna have their commentary one way or the other. And you would think you would not feed into the commentary, Pastor. That part.
Hello. That part.
So her dress was fine, but and people gonna have, say whatever they want to say. Let's just not feed into it. That's all. Yeah. That part. Yeah. Because that's when you make it unnecessarily bigger than it is. Yeah, you bring more attention to it for sure. Yeah. But I also think, I don't know, I'm just like, it was an unnecessary discussion, period. Yeah. So just, I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm gonna talk about it. It was made a moment for sure. Yeah. Or maybe use a different platform for that. I don't know that Sunday service is the place to talk about. Agreed. And I'm not going to tell him when and where to say whatever he has to say. Yeah. But maybe it was a Bible study moment, right? Which is not on Sunday. Right. Let's Sunday for the word of the Lord. Yes. Because I didn't see the connection to the word of the Lord. Sometimes it's just leave it alone. But, it was made a moment for sure. Yeah. Or maybe use a different
out of shape preachers. Rail on modesty, but have never preached a sermon on obesity and gluttony. It's all right for you to be anointed as long as you don't look like nothing. As long as you look like 12 years a slave, they think you holy. But if you got your hair done, nails done, toes done, y'all ain't saying nothing, smelling good, then immediately church Negroes will make up that you're sleeping with somebody, you prostituted yourself, you played yourself cheap. They don't understand. I got a real sugar daddy, and I will look to the hills from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from the Lord. I needed to get this out of shape preachers.
Okay, now I like me some Jamal. I like me some Jamal. Okay. But I have to be honest in my feelings and opinions. And in my feelings and opinions, right message, wrong place, wrong time. I feel like this is something that should have been, if you had to address it, this should have been addressed in an Instagram post, a Facebook Live, a YouTube short. There could have been so many other places where you could have addressed this, because there are people in the kingdom who, they say that gluttony is a sin, and we got fat people in the kingdom all day, but nobody talks about them and judges them for what they got going on. I mean, in my opinion, I just feel like she's a grown woman. She wasn't at a church function. She was out in her personal life. I mean, people can do what they want to do on their personal lives. I was just talking to a friend about this earlier this week. We put people on pedestals and expect them to live up to this high expectation that they have not asked us to put them on. And so then when they fall, we want to be mad at them for being human. But I don't think there was anything wrong with the dress. I just feel like there was inappropriate to address it at any time, in any type of service, in any type of church setting. If you had a personal feeling about it, that's what social media is for. Go to your social media and address how you feel on your personal account. Yeah, but wrong place, wrong time. I totally agree with Giselle. Church was not the place for it.
Yeah, and that part, when you want to start talking about fat people, like, first of all, Jesus loved everybody. And it's like everybody on weight is not just an issue of them stuffing their face all day. Because I'm over here in the struggle. The struggle is real. And I don't even eat that much food. So like when you when you get a certain age, like, your hormones are different. It's just a whole lot of what I learned at this age, Royaire, is that, you know what? Don't judge people because they said you never until you walk a day in their shoes. We don't know why somebody overweight. We don't know why somebody might be underweight. We don't know why somebody's wearing what they're wearing because it may be all they have. Okay. We don't know. So I'm being for real. Like you come to the church, that may be all you have, that you whatever it is you're wearing. So my thing is, though, it's like you are supposed to be teaching us how to be better, and you in the pulpit talking dirty and greasy and slimy because you mad about what somebody said your wife had on. You saying, oh, because y'all don't know nothing, y'all overweight, that's why you're jealous. And I mean, it was just seemed too much. And I didn't hear that part of his conversation until today. I heard the other piece of it when he just addressed about, people saying something about the dress and how he bought it. But he took that thing to a whole nother level, talking about fat people and gluttony and all of this other stuff. I think it's just too much. And respectfully, let me say this. I'm going to say this respectfully. It's not like his wife is that thin either. But I guess he's thinking, oh, because she curvaceous. Like, it's come on. Like, Jamal, like, I just think it was too much just to address because you're upset that someone said something about your wife's dress. What your message should have been, to your wife is like, the people talked about Jesus, but he still carried on. So he didn't even do the message right. I wouldn't address it in the pulpit, or if I did address it in the pulpit, what I would have said was, I heard y'all going off about my wife's dress. Just know I bought the dress. Also know the dress wasn't see-through like many people are saying. And and I would have spun it that way and said, a lot of people get talked about. Y'all probably get talked about online. You can't feed into it. He fed all the way into it, and he let the trolls. He was a Cardi B.
He fell down. He fell down.
He was a Cardi B. You know how Cardi B responded to everything? Because now Cardi B defended her man. She calling the chef a whole lie. The chef that is accusing her man of choking, slapping, and whatever. She calling the chef a whole lie. Sometimes you just need to stay off the internet. And maybe with Jamal Bryant, sometimes he need to stay out the pulpit. Listen, I ain't even no pastor, and I could have gave a better sermon than him because I've been going to church all my life. I could have got up in the pulpit and tore it down. And did better than Jamal Bryant. I like him, but I don't like him at the same time. Sometimes he just do too much.
Yeah,
too much.
Yeah, to me, I just look at him as he's a regular human being, and he messes up and he fall down sometimes like everybody else. Nobody's perfect. And that's how I look across the board at all pastors. I've really come to realize nobody's perfect. Nobody is going to get up every Sunday and make a perfect sermon and say the right words and do the right things, just across the board. He messed up. He was wrong. He was out of pocket. It should have been something, like I said, for your personal social media, not in front of the world of the church. It just wasn't a good look.
And Katrina, I'm with you on that right there. The people was talking about Chadwick Boseman, and that whole time he was dealing with cancer. You don't know what people are dealing with. And you know what, Jamal? That was a poor a display of a pastor, all because you and your feelings about your wife, who could be Giselle's sister. I mean, I know people got a type, but he definitely got a type because her and Giselle could be twins.
Listen, Jamal, lesson learned. Next time, Just keep your thoughts to yourself. If what the people say, Diva, if you ain't got nothing nice to say,
don't say nothing at all.
Zip it. Well, that was our street news top moment. Listen, we're gonna jump into our recap. The Real Housewives of Potomac, season 10, episode 13. Altitude with attitude. Okay, I said, look, y'all better come through with these titles. I be loving the titles, man. So yes, they are just like great job to whoever does that. But so we open up this episode this week. Let's see. Wendy, she is giving a graduation speech for the Washington School for Girls. Okay, she's telling the girls, y'all can do it. Y'all can be successful. She's got her 4 degrees. And you can get 4 too, as long as you ain't out here scamming the people. That moment, Diva, I was just like, I know those girls look at her completely different now. You giving this speech of hope and greatness, and we can become, and you out here fighting allegations of being a fraud. What fraud say? What Quad say? Fraud. I was like, dang, Wendy, like, girl, you just really have messed it up for yourself.
The whole season is like the side eye because it's
side eye.
Because of these charges.
Stacey and her daughter Arabella, they are prepping a little lunch. You know, Arabella, she seems to be very smart, Diva, very talented,
100%.
very like I want to almost use the word genius. Like, she was sharing with us that she uses her right hand specifically for sports, for playing, and for cutting with knives, and she uses her left hand specifically for writing and drawing. Okay, she is a special young lady, and Stacey don't even realize how special she is. She forgets it every time, but trust and believe, Arabella corrects her and lets her know who she is and what she's gonna do. Okay, and then we have a moment with Kay. Kay, you know, has a business with skincare, and she's always in her dreams wanted to have a billboard outside with her name and business on it. Okay, and so all of the friends and family have gathered to come and support Kay and her debuting her billboard. Okay, you know, Mama Michelle is out there. She is, you know, so proud of Kay. You know, and Mr. Greg, Mr. Diggs is out there too. You know, he is sharing. You know, he's seen the late nights and the hard work, and she deserves this. And you know, they debuted the billboard across the screen, and Kay, you know, Kay was all excited. So those were those opening scenes. I was like, okay, billboard. I mean, listen, shout out to the people who got goals and out here reaching their goals. Reach your goals, girl. But just now getting a billboard, Kay.
Listen. Wendy's commencement speech to the school, if she wasn't currently, you know, facing charges of fraud, like 15, 17, almost 20 counts. Maybe I would have got into that. When I saw that, I was like, how dreadful. I was like, this is crazy. Listen, Bella is adorable. She's so freaking beautiful. She is very intelligent, very articulate, very smart. I like her, but I like Stacey. You know what I'm saying? Because Stacey's like, how did I not know that? Like, Stacey is too much, okay? But Stacey knows how to do this reality TV. Okay, so I give it to Stacey. I was here for that scene, honey. She told you what she used her right hand for, what she used her left hand for. Okay, period. Kay and this billboard, and somebody wrote in the chat with Greg with his written speech that he couldn't even get right. Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm 50 gold. He did. And he couldn't even get it right because he just sounds so awkward and out of place. I mean, listen, billboards, listen, this is when I knew of the pricing, Royaire. Billboards were anywhere from $10,000 to $20,000. Okay. Billboards, you got to pay cash. Especially depending upon where it is. Like if it, you know, it's a highly driven highway or something like that, and the people are going to see it when they're passing that, yo, you could come out your pocket a month and it's a month. Per month you're paying that for a billboard. I mean, Stacey, I'm saying Stacey, Kay is beautiful. So is mom. She got gorgeous skin. But I don't understand Kay, but I guess she needed a scene, so she paid $10,000 or $20,000 for this bill.
Not you paid for a moment, but okay, listen, do you, boo?
She paid for her moment, so I guess we was here for it. She moved back in with Greg, so I guess the extra money right there.
But she still got the condo in her name, so
I know, but no, remember he bought it. He bought it.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Listen, I'm not hating on Greg, but if Greg really bought this condo, I need to know what Greg does, because it's a lot of money floating around.
It is. Unless maybe like they put it in a trust or something, but you would still gotta have some money to do that. I don't know. It's given a scheme that Greg set up to come to us with the BS. Y'all stay tuned to that. Stay tuned. So we're going to jump into our first scene of the night with Tia and her sister, Amira, and the children. And so we go to Dad's old house in DC. Fix your face. Diva, Tia is out here giving us real reality TV. Why you won't give her
I'm going to stop playing. I'm going to listen. I'm going to listen. Ciao.
And I was watching this and I was like, Diva do not like this. I was literally cracking up last night. Oh my God.
Child, I was really sitting there like, is this really happening? Go ahead, I'm sorry.
It's hilarious. I was literally thinking like Diva is not gonna like this, but I love it. I love it. So Tia, she is originally from England. She shared that over the summer times or during break that they would come to DC to see her dad, and so she ended up moving to DC to be closer to her father. So she's driven past her father's house a few times. Dad passed away. I want to say they said 8 years ago, Diva.
Yeah.
That passed away. And so there is a new owner of the house, Emily. And so Tia reached out to Emily to be able to get a tour of the house, which I thought was like a little different, Diva. Like have you ever gone back to a house that you used to live in? Or does either of your parents have a house that, okay. No. I was like,
we wouldn't get in if we did, Royaire.
Oh.
We wouldn't get in the house.
Okay.
We had to walk around and take pictures, but go ahead.
Okay. So they go to the house. We have Tia's two children, her two youngest children, and her stepsister Amir. And so they begin to tour around the house. Tia shares with us that her dad was not a big fan of England, so that's how they ended up in DC. As soon as she walked in the house, she was very overwhelmed with emotion, just, having feelings and memories of her dad. She did tour one of the rooms downstairs where she specifically remembered, and they showed a picture where she took the, picture on the steps in that room. And so they remade the moment with her and her children. Amir shares how grateful she is to be here in this moment because she just feels it makes her feel more connected to her dad and building that bond and relationship with Tia. They then go upstairs because Tia wants to try to remember which room was hers and her brother's. One of her brothers did end up calling, and so they found, which room was whose. They ended up running into a note in one of the rooms. It was kind of like a little daily note calendar, if you may. And on the note, it said, praise should be directed to the performance, not the person, June 11th. And so this really hit for Tia because June 11th is her father's birthday. And so it was just a major moment to be in this house, to see this, little sign, with this note on it with her dad's birthday. Everybody just thought it was a big moment. It was super special for her. It made her very emotional again. They, went downstairs and thanked Emily for allowing them to tour the house. Emily was super cool. I was like, shout out to Emily for letting the people come in, and bring the cameras in. That's a lot to ask of somebody to, bring cameras and stuff into their home to share, their space. So I thought Emily was super nice. Emily said, well, listen, Tia shared that she had driven past the house a few times before asking to come. And so Emily said, well, the next time you come by, you got to just knock on the door and stop in. And Tia said, she lives here now. This is her house. So she gonna bring her bags. And when she comes over, Miss Emily says, you need to say, welcome home. Okay. So they kikied. And so that was pretty much that beginning scene of the episode with Tia. Did you want to talk about that, or did you want me to smush Ashley in there? No, let's keep it simple, because I get something to say.
Okay, I'll talk about that real quick. I was like, can you get this screen out my face? This scene, I was just like, first of all, Bravo emailed that woman and said, please let us do this. Okay. I don't think it was just Tia's email, and the woman said, okay. Well, all the crazies out in the world today, Royaire, you're not going to get an email from somebody talking about, oh, I used to live in your house and I just want to show my kids and my sister and this, that, the other, so forth and so on. Tia that was a good scene. I ain't giving her no credit.
Thank you, 50.
I ain't giving her no credit. And then when she walked in the room and randomly saw this message that reminded her of her father, I was like, this is some crap here. I just wasn't. And then you recreate the scene and it's just you and your kids, but you dragged your sister to this event, which this whole thing with you. She should have told her sister, let's recreate something. You sit on the steps with us too. She could have took one picture with her and her kids and then had another picture and added her sister into it, okay? And the sister is feeling broken and upset because Tia, because her mom, the sister is the side family. So Tia and her mom was the dad main family. And she said, I'm a little sad. Like, you have more time with dad. You see what these men be doing to these kids out here? So you got Tia, who was the elite, because she was living with dad, and then you got to marry, she was just a side family, whatever the case may be. So you drag your sister to your childhood home, then you...
I can't with you.
Recreate this scene on the steps, and she gotta take the picture. Child, I was just like, I was done with that scene. And this woman acting like, can I hug y'all? You could come back anytime. Next time you drive by, ring my doorbell. Hell no. This was a moment. She's talking about, I like what y'all did with the place because, back when I was here, it was carpet. You did a nice job. That lady ain't do much with the house. She pulled up the carpet.
You are too much.
No, they needed to decorate more. No, I was like, I'm trying to like Tia. I am. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, and the sun faces. She's like, these are my sons. Was she holding a dog? Because I don't know. I was sitting here like, was she holding a dog? The woman that owned the home. I think she was.
Yes. Let's see. This was messy. This ain't my cup of tea. Okay. Let's see, Emmanuel. Thank you, Emmanuel. I would agree. Tia has been. I ain't gonna say she's been carrying the season, but she's been doing a really good job with her personal stories. Okay, I'm here for that. I'm here for the personal.
She's been carrying the season with her personal stories. No,
I have enjoyed Tia very much. I have not seen a fake story yet. I haven't seen anything phony or. When
she first came out the gate talking about her husband is like the nanny and all of that other stuff, you ain't seen nothing fake.
I've seen all season. He was hosting the birthday party and had the police, the girls had to call the police. He doing all the house sitting. She just said this episode that she had her husband. Oh, well, this was on the after show. So the couples trip was supposed to be the couples trip. The girls trip was supposed to be a couples trip, but it ended up not being a couples trip because some of the couples weren't able to go. So her daughter had some kind of competition. He had to take the daughter to the competition. Yes, her husband is the nanny of the family.
Listen, Tia seemed to have won a lot of people over with that scene. So she got y'all.
We know you're not always the best judge of character, so we'll let you wait. We'll wait for you. Oh my God. In the words of Stacy, toodaloo. Oh, okay. So yes, I really enjoy her scene. I like that a lot. I am definitely a type of person. I would love to go back to my childhood home, Diva, and bring a camera. Like, I was so here for the moment. She got the Ocean dreaming, girl. I need you to be on our side.
Ocean, we see each other, okay? This is nonsense with Tia. Crying.
I was here.
That whole scene was disrespectful to her sister. Her sister wasn't included during her life growing up with her father, and then Tia brings her there to be the cameraman.
So we supposed to put that responsibility on Tia because her daddy wasn't shit. Cutting up in this new year, baby. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Okay, but no.
May her daddy rest in peace.
At least we're not talking about contestant's mama who died in 2010.
Okay. Ooh.
But yes, no, I enjoyed that scene, honestly. Like, I thought it was a real moment. I thought seeing the note, like, her emotions were I just thought it was a real moment. Like, I enjoyed it. It brought reality TV for me. So if it was fake, Tia got me. She got me on that one. She definitely did. But, the sister being there, I hope that they just didn't show moments of the sister getting pictures, Hopefully she did get to take a picture or two. Like, at least she got to come to see the house. Like, what more do you want? Like, I'm showing you where your daddy lived, okay? This is where your ain't shit daddy lived at, okay?
With his other family. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Oh God.
We got a long way to go. We got to get it together.
Go ahead.
Okay. I enjoyed Tia's scene. I thought it was great, great, wonderful moment. Glad the family was able to be there. And I would love to go back and tour my childhood house. So if I get the opportunity, I will definitely do that one day. But so we had our next scene with Ashley, Giselle, and Wendy. They are having lunch together. Let's see. Wendy shares, in the confessional that she has been struggling with sharing because she's not big on sharing information about her personal life and her mom's relationship specifically. And so she's very careful on who she shares and what she shares about that. Wendy thought that the Potomac and Pony party was everything. I was confused on what part of the everything was it what was great about it? Where was the greatness? Who saw it? And if you see it, please let me know. Obviously, we need to go to Lens Crafter because we didn't see no greatness. And we talked about it last week. So if you want to know what our opinion was on that, go back and check out our recap from the last episode of Potomac. Now, Giselle shares that she received a text message from Monique in regards to a sip and read. It is a pre-book launch for Monique's new book that is coming out. So we'll talk about that momentarily. You know, the ladies were curious if Angel and Kay were going to be invited to this event. You know, Giselle says she's sure that Monique has their number. She'll send a personal text message from them. Good evening. And so the ladies, you know, share, Giselle specifically shared, well, Angel may not be there because she's now moved to Colorado. So she's probably preparing for the girls' trip that we have planned coming up soon. Wendy shared that she feels that Angel has been like a wet damper moment just over the group, just sad and low and just not giving what needs to be given. Giselle said that Angel made it seem like when she first started talking to the ladies that she wanted to be their best friends, all up in their lives and be with them and be cool with them, but it's not giving that now. Giselle said that she hopes that it's not a Debbie, Angel's not a Debbie Downer on the trip because, like I said, they just have not been feeling it. And then Wendy says she's excited about it because she said it's going to be a shit show pretty much. She can't wait for all of the mess to fall out and happen. So there was another scene as well. I'm just throw this in here because it was small and short. Angel has a phone call with her sister Ingram. You know, Ingram, Angel shares that, you know, they're moving back to Colorado. Ingram says, I know Bobby is hot about that. He's not happy. You know, Angel said, yes, but we're excited to get back and, you know, rebuild and refocus ourselves and get, you know, things back going. She shares that she's going to have a girls trip weekend for the girls. They're going to come have a luxurious time at her Wonderland, you know, that she's been telling us about all season. She's going to have a special dinner and treats and all of that good stuff. Ingram said that she was looking for her invite, which you definitely should have invited Ingram because that would have brought something real to this TV show in real life. Like, Ingram do not play, and I love Ingram. So I'll stop there, Diva, and we could talk about these two scenes. Let me address this before we move forward in talking. This was a missed opportunity and a missed moment and fake moment for me, in my opinion. Wendy, you were going through with your mother, and you're supposed to be in a friendship group where we share about our personal issues and our personal feelings. Not one time at that table did you open up about your mom and what she said to you, what happened, you know, nothing. I know that Giselle and Ashley both have relationship situations with their mother as well. So this would have been a great bonding moment for you ladies to give us some real reality TV and talk about the issues of what's really going on in your real lives instead of sit up here kikiing about what everybody else got going on. It was just a wasted moment, in my opinion, Diva. I just was like, this was a missed moment that really could have had some substance to it, and they just let it be nothing. So, yeah.
You know, this luncheon with Ashley, Giselle, and Wendy, the only thing I really liked about it is the fact that we actually see Wendy and Giselle getting along, and that's something Ashley said too. Yeah. If they really thought that Potomac and Pony's party was everything, I was really confused. Like, they were really excited, like they really did the darn thing there. So it's just crazy. It was just crazy to me that they thought that it was okay. I do want to address the fashion for 1.2 seconds at this luncheon. For once, we see Ashley with clothes on, which is crazy. And then we see Giselle get a miss with her outfit. And Wendy, I was very confused by her outfit. I don't know who her stylist is, but sometimes her stylist is spot on. And then other time her stylist is way off. So it's like they go to either end of the spectrum, and we're rarely seeing the middle when it comes to Wendy and this dressing. That outfit was not, I don't know what that was. It was Mary Poppins-ish. I don't know what it was. It just wasn't fitting for her in her age. To me, it's a dress that that her daughter could have wore.
That's what Monique said. Wendy's dress was ridiculous, definitely not age appropriate.
Yeah, Monique, I totally agree with you on that. I just didn't like it. The conversation they had, the fact that they thought Potomac and Ponies was a good event. I already knew that their conversation wasn't going to be about nothing because they thought that event was good. And being invited to Monique's sip and read, the only thing I like about that is that you know, I like the idea of a sip and read. I really did. I thought that was a cute idea. So, you know, a lot of times from these shows, when they go on their cash trips for a year, I'm like, oh, that's a place I would like to visit sometimes, right? And then, you know, when they have these ideas like this about the sip and read, I was like, okay, that's cool. Angel and her conversation with her sister, I do think her sister would have been a better fit for the show. Because her sister wouldn't have got punked by nobody. And they wouldn't have told the sister, and even if they did told the sister that, you know, she looked like she was catfishing, they would have had a real show up on Potomac, right? She talking about she going to give them a private dinner and some type of tasting. And she said they could kiss her behind about the whole eviction comment. You know, I want to say this about Angel. We could get more into it later. I don't know why these ladies felt they needed to be in her house anyway. Nobody has hosted, and I know that nobody lives out of the state or whatever, but nobody hosted a whole you staying at my house type of situation. Regardless, even if I was close to those girls, I wouldn't be having those girls stay in my house for a year. I just wouldn't. But we'll talk more about that when they actually get to Colorado. And I really did learn something about the altitude. I didn't know.
Yeah, it's very serious. I've been to Colorado a few times. It is definitely a different, like, they are very true. One shot is definitely like 3 or 4, especially if you're lightweight. The air is it's a heavier feel. Like it's definitely like a choke me almost, like
wow. Yes, so I never been.
It's so beautiful, but it is definitely so beautiful. I would suggest anybody, if you just want to go and have an experience of just God's nature and its beauty, that is a space to go in the states for sure.
Yeah, Lawson, I do remember that, but the thing is, it wasn't like that was her home where she actually lived in. Right. That wasn't her main residence. You're talking about you know, what's the name's Angel's actual home that she lives in with her kids and her husband. I would bring you to my vacation home, but I wouldn't bring you to my home. I definitely would not do that.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah. So let's see. Ashley in the party for Uncle Lump, 6 to 60. Okay. So Ashley is making beverages for this party. You know, her stylist friend is helping her out. And so they're eyeballing the alcohol. We just pouring. We just having a good time. Let's see. This theme party is, like I said, it's from 6 to 60. Dean is turning 6, her son, and Uncle Lump is turning 60. Shout out to Uncle Lump. Okay. He has been here since season 1. Holding it down for Ashley, being a great uncle, being a great father figure, and just a great man across the board. Happy birthday to Uncle Lump, whenever it was. Shout out to his birthday.
Uncle Lump is a lot.
And I like Uncle Lump because Uncle Lump.
I like him too, but he ain't no joke. He a lot. Okay, he be cutting up on that TV.
Tear it down.
Like a low key cut up.
Yeah. He need a show.
Yeah, he do.
He need a show.
He was like, oh, he in rehab.
Look, we could put Uncle Lump on Fix My Life. He can replace the young.
Yeah.
So we have Ashley's family coming over. We have Aunt Sheila. We have Aunt Monica. Mama Sheila's coming, Uncle Lump, we got cousins, we got Grandma Joyce. Everybody has showed up to celebrate Ashley and Dean. You know, they're taking shots and having a good time. Uncle Lump, you know, and Aunt Monica shares that she is proud of Ashley for, you know, becoming independent, cleaning up her life, dealing with her issues, you know, and being able to be in a space where she can have family over so that they can spend time together. You know, Ashley shares that in her previous relationship, there was constant tension all the time in regards to her marriage, you know, and her connection with the family situation. So it was just always an issue. You know, Ashley mentioned that Jesse unfortunately couldn't make it, you know, and mom said that she really wanted to be there, but she just couldn't. At that point, you know, there was a shift in the atmosphere, Diva. Because Mama Sheila wanted to have a talk with the family. She wanted to sit down and have a talk. You know, we need to have a moment with each other. I said, come on, Mama Sheila, you better call the family to a meeting. Come on. So, you know, Mama Sheila opens up about her partner finally making the decision to get treatment and get help, okay?
Amen.
And shout out to those who make that great decision, because that's a strong, good decision to make, to want to get your life together, okay? But Uncle Lump said, I ain't here for the foolishness. Why are we bringing up John? John finally decided to go to rehab? Uncle Lump said, we're here to celebrate my 60th birthday, not talk about John, okay? But congratulations to John. I'm happy. That is a major decision, and I'm glad he's finally making it. I said, come on, Uncle Lump, you better throw the shade, okay? Uncle Lump wasn't with it. You know, John is finally getting treatment. Ashley's grandma, Joy, she says she loves John, and she's so proud of him and happy for him. She ain't never had no issues with John. So go, John. And so Ashley said, well, you ain't never had to live with him, so you don't really know. But Mama Sheila says she feels good.
This birthday celebration was fire.
It was good, honey. I said, come on. But, you know, Mama Sheila, she said she feels good. She feels better than she ever felt before, okay? As she leans with her gangster lean, with her drink in her hand, okay? She's feeling happy, and we're going to cheers to John. Ashley said this is 14 years in the making. 23 years in the making. Since she was 14 years old, she's been wanting this man to get his life together and get help.
Now grandma looked drunk.
Everybody looked drunk. Everybody looked drunk. Everybody
liked the drunk. She's no grandma. She said grandma liked the drunk. Listen.
But everybody looked drunk too.
Listen, this scene was everything. Ashley kids are adorable, freaking gorgeous. Okay. Dean stood there, blew out his birthday candle and devoured that cupcake. Okay. Devoured that cupcake. Listen, Mama Sheila has been through a lot.
I'm sorry. I tried to.
Listen, could nobody stand her man? I guess from the day, you know, from the day they met him, they couldn't stand her man, and so she wanted to make this big announcement that, you know, he finally, because this is probably the issue in the family, right? You know, probably was because every time they talk about her man, So she thought she was gonna make a good announcement, and Uncle Lump sitting there like, oh, whatever. Like,
and
and Sheila was talking about how at first she wasn't okay. She wasn't okay because she was used to that nonsense and used to him being around all that time, right? And she was like, I wasn't okay. He was like, you wasn't okay. Like Uncle Lump, he keeps it 100, okay? And he don't care about nobody's feelings, all right? He's like, wow, okay.
John. We talking about John?
He's like, why? He's like, what? It was like, wow, okay. I like that she had the party and was including everybody in the family's birthday. I thought that was cute. I think it's sad that, you know, unfortunately, when she was with Michael, none of her family could really come to her house and come over. So she's having a full circle moment where her family is back involved and can come over. When they flash back to that scene when Uncle Lump was there having dinner and Michael was there. It was just, Michael was problematic. Period.
A whole problem.
A whole problem. But she got some, gorgeous kids out of the situation and some fun. She got a little bit of funds, right? Mm-hmm. So, it was a good scene. I guess we should be happy for Mama Sheila. I mean, the man's in rehab, and they say he never went to rehab. So the fact that he's in rehab, because she was never going to leave him, Royaire. So I guess we could be happy. Grandma saying she ain't never had no problem with him. That's why Sheila is the way that she is. So I'm really taking it, Royaire, in my mind. I'm like, Sheila's father probably was a hot stinking mess. That's why Grandma didn't have no problem with John, because she literally sat on that couch talking about she ain't had no problem with him. And I'm like, your other granddaughter was on this TV screen crying about how her father is a hot stinking mess, and you sitting there talking about you ain't had no problem with him. And that's why Ashley said, you ain't had to live with him.
Well, Diva, we can't recognize issues when we have the issues as well. Yeah. Mama Sheila, she know how to tear down a bottle. Y'all are messy.
Wait, my stomach hurt. Well, she should have. I ain't gonna lie. She should have.
You stupid. Grandma should have had a problem with Sheila sleeping under the bridge with John.
Oh God. You know what? I wonder where was the sister at that time?
Well, she's in school.
No. When they was under the bridge, she was younger.
Oh, yeah. Maybe with Grandma.
See, Grandma's messy. Not they gave his government name up on the TV. Yeah. I want to see John. Maybe we'll get to see John when he get out of rehab. That'll be a scene.
John. I don't know.
I want to see John. No, we need reality TV. When John get out of rehab, we actually need to have another event at her house, because Uncle Lump probably will slap him.
Ashley said this has been 23 years in the making. I don't know if we want to see what John looks like after 23 years of drinking.
That's true. Because Mama Sheila looked tore up at that party.
Mama Sheila up here getting on TV with the grace of God, literally.
Oh God. Listen, I could not wait. Oh my God.
Listen, it was a great scene though. I want to address this real quick. Monique asked said we're going to be doing Fix My Life. We are going to be recapping the Fix, I think it was called, or whatever the new one is called. But we will be recapping that. So stay tuned with that information. We'll be letting you know about that soon. But yes, I mean this I love the scene. I loved it. Everybody needs to be in rehab, in my opinion, but I love the scene.
Yeah. Listen, it was real. It was more real than Tia going to her childhood home.
We're not gonna do that. Do that. Why? Because they were sitting on TV just getting drunk like they normally do. That's why. You came to the door and said, "You want to take shots? What kind of shots you want to take?"
And she don't pour so much alcohol in that thing. Child. I cannot.
We more interested in Sheila, John, and Lump than actually.
Yeah. Uncle Lump gonna give us a show. He be giving us a show.
Yeah, no, this scene was everything. No, I will say that Ashley is definitely one of the girls that has been pouring personally into the show this season. We've seen the storyline with her sister and that going on. We've seen the storyline with Sheila battling, working 18 hours a day, trying to, provide for the household.
7 days a week. She probably got
She happy.
John was taking it down because Sheila was willing to live under a bridge. She willing to work 18 hours, 7 days a week, and she probably scraping the money together for this rehab.
Because rehab ain't
Sheila, stand by your man, girl. Stand by your man.
Listen.
Oh my God. Woo, child, y'all, we got another scene to do. Y'all gotta stop.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So yes, great scene from Ashley and her family. You know, people can be cut back a few hours. She can't cut back no few hours. She got to pay for that rehab. She got to up the hours. If anything, rehab costs, baby. She's gonna be working 24 hours, 7 days a week.
Oh my God.
Okay, we gotta pull it back together. Let's pull
All right, we gotta pull it together. We gotta pull it together. Okay.
We're preparing for our next scene. So come on back in.
Keep your head up, Sheila. Keep your head up. Oh God. Oh.
Listen, we are live on both channels. We are live on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva and Royaire's World. So be sure to hit that like button. Make sure you share and make sure you are subscribing. We appreciate your participation today. Y'all are giving it for our first recap back in 2026. Okay.
This is my last question. Uncle Lump, that's Sheila's brother?
Then Uncle Lump say she the rolling around like a pig and dirty. So I'm assuming that is her sister. That's his sister.
He mean to his sister.
You can say something like that. That's probably
he mean to his sister. I guess he over her.
Yeah, but I can only imagine what she has put him through. You know, he has had to pick up the slack.
Yes, they saying yes. That's her brother. He's so mean to her. He mean to her.
He's picked up the slack of raising Ashley, though. Who was raising Ashley when they were sleeping under a bridge? Oh my God, we're going to hell.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh my God.
Well, in our next scene, we have Monique. We are at the sip and read. Okay, the sip and read. Okay, let me get myself together. Okay, we are at the sip and read. This is an all cast event. Everybody is showing up to this event. So Monique is releasing a new book. This book is called Love Letters from Versions of Myself. And this came from Monique's alleged healing that she went through after divorcing her husband, you know, and realizing some issues and things within her marriage and prior to her marriage. She shared this book took 2 years to write. It's 50,000 words. She wrote this book to help women who have been through what she's been through. You know, being silent, staying in situations that they don't need to be in, protecting and covering up, you know, not healing. So this is why she wrote the book. Now, Monique, as the event is getting started, all the ladies are showing up. Angel did invite Monique to her home to the vacation for the girls' trip. So Monique will be coming to that. Once all the ladies got there, Monique began, you know, she had what do they call it? A MC. They had an MC for the event. The MC got up there, started everything off. She introduced Monique. Monique, you know, said that she wanted to read an excerpt from her book. Okay. Now, Diva, when somebody tells me they want to read an excerpt, I'm thinking maybe, you know, 2 to 3 minutes max. It should be your excerpt. But this excerpt seemed like it was between 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. Giselle is putting on lip gloss, makeup. The ladies they're eating food, they're passing out food, you know, just stuff is going on. Okay. So Monique reads her excerpt from her book. And so let's see. one of the parts that Monique shared that she does not want to be healed is her petty spirit. She wants to keep her petty spirit, okay? So after she read her excerpt, she had a little game, you know, and a little activity for the ladies and everyone that wanted to participate. So Monique passed out gift bags with a gift in them. She asked the ladies not to open them when they first got them. You know, Monique, you know, once everybody got their bag, she said, y'all know I'm the binder girl, okay? I carry the binder. And so bindering has been a tool that she has used to be able to help overcome, I guess, some of the issues that she's had as well. And so in this binder on the first page, she wanted all the ladies to write about themselves, what they feel about themselves, how they see themselves, their thoughts, you know, things like that. And then later on in the binder, there are tabs with each of the ladies from the group's names in them. And so she wanted them to write what they thought about the ladies. And so this was supposed to be an alleged healing experience that Monique was creating, but she don't want her messy spirit to ever leave, okay? So the ladies, you know, write their feelings and emotions and do all of that. Well, then Monique says, let's change books. It's time to shuffle up the books. And so Stacey was not here for the shuffling, okay? And so she tried to hold on to her book. And so Monique said the last time, now this is supposed to be somebody changed, Diva, okay? The last time that somebody didn't want to give me something, it didn't go too well. So I suggest you pass it over. So Stacey passed over her book. She says she don't want no smoke. Let's see. So we begin, you know, I love seeing them. I miss Jamie and his wife, Carlos. Yes, I did see them. I forgot they were there. Jamie and his wife from, what was that? Love and Marriage Detroit, I believe.
Yeah,
DC?
Love and Marriage DC.
DC.
Yeah, I think DC, yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Giselle got Stacey's binder. And so Stacey pretty much said Giselle has trust issues and she hopes that Giselle can kind of grow past those and do better. Tia had Giselle's binder, and so Tia was to read what Giselle thought about Stacey. And so Giselle said she had no thoughts because the page was blank. And so Diva, this what bothers me about not just Giselle, but the shows that allow people like Giselle to just come and show up and not do anything. Like, what was your point of view here if you weren't really going to participate and share how you felt? This could have been a real moment for you and Stacey to have a conversation and maybe overcome, whatever issues y'all have, but you chose not to write nothing. It was just stupid. It wasn't even shady or anything. It was just like a stupid moment, in my opinion. Ashley feels that Stacey is complicated, confused, nurturing, fun. And that was read by Angel. And so Stacey agreed, you know, basically based off of what her and Ashley have been through. She said, I could get with that. Ashley had Wendy's book, and under the tab for Kay, she wrote fake. And so Kate wanted an explanation on why Wendy called her fake. And so Wendy pretty much said, before filming, we was cool. We didn't have no problems. Once filming picked back up and we got back in the group, all of a sudden you had an issue with me and you never really addressed what the real issue was. It was just a made up situation, pretty much how Wendy feels, okay? Let's see. Ashley, she believes Ashley, right? She's growing, she's blooming into her best self. That was her thoughts about herself. Angel did not agree, and she said she was disappointed. But Ashley is a strong mother. She's a great, you know, mother, and she's petty. Ashley said that Angel was a catfish and not fully walking in her truth, which that stirred up issues between Ashley and Angel, which that's been going on pretty much all season. You know, Angel said that she did not receive it. She ripped it out of the book and pretty much folded it up. Angel said, if you don't think that I'm walking in my truth, why are you coming to my house? And maybe you should rethink that decision. Angel has put all of her efforts into trying to make this trip the best for the ladies. And so she does not want anybody coming that's, you know, pretty much putting her energy to waste. And so Giselle decided to step up and say, well, Ashley is my bestie, so if she's not coming, you can disinvite me as well. And so Monique kind of jumped in and apologized to everybody at the event because it went left. And I'm just like, what did you expect it to be? You were being messy per usual. Nothing has changed. I'm definitely sick of catfish too, because what are we talking like? It's old news. We've talked about this. Let's move. Let it go. So pretty much ending off that scene, Monique closed out her event. You know, she had a sidebar with Angel, basically saying she didn't know there was an issue between the two of them. You know, and Angel shared because of the eviction comment that Ashley made at the event. You know, she was feeling some type of way with Ashley. Here's my thing with Angel. Wendy said that you got evicted. She was the one that said it at the event. Well, I'm gonna stop tiptoeing around it. They say you got evicted. Where's your heat for Wendy?
She always has misplaced anger.
Yeah, these fights that you pick wrongly when you really need to be picking the fight with the right person, and you're not. It was just shameful. So they pretty much, you know, Monique tells Ashley that Angel was offended about the eviction situation. Ashley said, well, basically how the situation happened, that's what it was. But I apologize if it hurt your feelings. She accepted the apology. And so that was pretty much the ending of Monique's event. Here's my thought on Monique's event, Diva. I feel like this was yet another missed opportunity for the ladies to really bond and have real conversation about the issues that they have. And instead of Monique taking this serious and really working with the ladies, if you've actually done this work that you quote unquote say that you're healed from, you made it into a messy moment, caused more confusion and chaos. What kind of healing do you have going on when you're causing chaos and confusion? Chaos and confusion ain't in healing. That ain't in God's work. What was your point of this? You trying to reach out for your flute again? She trying to get a flute. Right.
Well, she could try to get a flute, but she missed the opportunity to sell her book, Love Letters from the Versions of Myself. Yourself did not heal. You need to go back and write yourself some more love letters because you're still hurt and you're not feeling loved. I thought this was a trash sip and read, right? You want to say that you don't want the messy side of you healed and you pray that God never heals that side. You sound stupid writing a book called Love Letters, but then going to come out and say you don't want a part of you to be healed. The part that is most toxic about you, your messiness. You thought it was cute to say you a binder bee. Why would I buy your book? And if, come on, that was very low vibrational. Definitely. Thank you, Monique, for giving me the words. Very low vibrational. Why would I buy your book when you're standing before me reading a phony love letter, but the words that are coming out your mouth shows that you are nowhere near healed. Nowhere near healed. For you to give a binder, your direction should have been that you should have told everybody, I need you to flip to the tab and write something nice about everybody in that tab. These ladies don't know how to pick up a storyline and have several of them. Giselle came in with this storyline that she was going to pay Stacey dust. It didn't work. She's still trying to hit Stacey with it. And every time she throws it at Stacey, Stacey throw it right back. They was like, oh, Giselle wrote nothing about you. And she said, I'm good with that. Like, you still trying to like not write nothing and not say anything about Stacey. And it fell on the ground, Giselle. Why don't you wake up and see that? You are OG. You didn't see that storyline wasn't working on Stacey. She thought Stacey was going to get very emotional about that, and then she would have really had something to roll with the whole season. But Stacey, it ain't doing nothing to her. She like, okay, cool. So I'm just like, I thought that, yes, I think somebody said Monique missed a whole branding opportunity and all of that. She most certainly did.
Yes.
She most certainly did. Yes, it was
a branding opportunity.
branding opportunity. She should have had a logo on the binders. I don't even think she should have had the binders. Well, or if she had the binders, she should have did like I said. Y'all need to write something nice or write a love letter to one of the people in the tab, but not write something messy about them. She talking about, I didn't think it was going to go that way. Why wouldn't you, girl? You've been on that show before. You know how these ladies are. You know that there's some smoke between some of them. Did Candy get a love letter from any version of Monique? That part. You know, I didn't like Monique when she was first on there. I'm not really liking her now. I think Monique is a little narcissistic, especially when she sits in her confessionals. It's like this hiding thou, me, and all of this. Girl, shave them locks out of your hair, because usually, you know, when the people have the locks, they have a whole journey with them and all of that. You know, girl, shave the locks, because you ain't even worthy of them. And when you see, I went to her page, when you see the actual promotion on her page of love letters, she didn't even get it right on there. So I will not be buying the book. No, I'm not interested, because when you want to sit there and tell us that you have no interest in getting a shady shot of you corrected, then what is this love letters really about? So and why wouldn't you write to the version of yourself that is at the lowest vibration and ask yourself to be healed? You're a fool. Now, this whole thing with the catfish, I'm over that too, to be very honest with you. I think it's too much. I think that, you know, they're doing too much in it. That dress was cute though. I thought the dress was cute. But I think they're doing too much with it. I'm over it. But see, that's the other thing with Angel too. Angel doesn't know how to quite handle it. Angel needs to handle them better. And that's a point blank in the period. She needs to figure out how to handle them better. The Sip and See was a bust for me. And no, I don't want the book.
Yeah, I would agree. It was not it was a messy moment. The way she did it, the way you wrote it out, it's not an example of what you said that you were trying to do. I don't see healing. I don't see helping. I see mess. I see big mess. Emmanuel said, did y'all watch Wendy telling Angel that comment from the group shouldn't bother her? Then why did she get mad? Then why is she mad about what Ashley said about her arrest? Well,
I did see when she said that. She said you should know this group and yada yada who, or whatever the case may be. Yeah, Angel is always to the point of tears. This ain't for her. She ain't ready. This was the worst photo shoot for a book ever. What is this pleather coat? And then the color of the coat is too close to the color of the cover of the book. She lists the stylist there. That stylist gets a whole F. Really? Yeah, dated. Yeah, Monique is dated. Yeah, she is dated. I do agree with you on that. And then, you know, a lot of the photos she took with the book, she's covering her own name. I'm like, how are you covering the name on your book? Like, yo, you
her
know
name
who?
and the face.
Huh?
The name and the face. Like, girl.
This was terrible. This was terrible. I could have been the stylist for this book. And I could have helped her brand it better and sold it. See, right there, that picture, she's covering her name, Monique. Like, Monique, go back one picture. Go back to the other picture. She's covering her whole first name. You know what? Here's the thing. What is her maiden name?
That's a great question. I was going to ask the same thing. Like,
what's your maiden name? Because your husband, you hate him so much. He was terrible to you. You was in the worst marriage ever. Why don't you write a love letter to yourself and go back to your maiden name? Because if you go back to your maiden name, then nobody's going to recognize you. They're going to be like, who's that? Monique. I mean, you said Monique Cox. That's a horrible name.
Okay.
That's a horrible name. See, Monique Samuels sound better.
Yeah, it does.
That's a horrible name, but she need to go back to it because she can't stand the man. He's so horrible. Give him back his name. Yeah. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, it was just not a good scene in my opinion because you just made it so messy, and New York bestseller is not. It certainly will not be. I agree. I don't see it being a New York bestseller. I don't see how this is going to make people think that you're helping them. This was for what you're doing. You set a bad example for yourself, and you set up a bad sales pitch for your book because there was nothing healing about it. There was nothing kind. There was nothing loving. You caused more chaos, in my opinion, than anything else.
She did.
Well, on to our next scene. We have a little small scene. Stacey calls Angel. Thanks her for being able to come to her home on this trip. She's super excited. She wanted to know what she needs to do to prepare for this trip. She just said pretty much drink plenty of water, stay hydrated. Even coming back from DC, into Colorado, even Angel was saying she felt hydrated. Stacey was trying to continue conversation. The phone call cut out. So unfortunately, that was the end of that. We roll into 12 hours later. We headed on the girls' trip. Everybody meets at the airport.
Wait. Let me just add this, Emmanuel. I'm glad you reminded us of this. And I thought this was deplorable. Monique told Stacey last time I was across from someone from a bar, it didn't end well. How is that healing? You were exactly right. Monique got an epic fail on this sip and read.
It was really bad.
Crash and burn it.
Crash and burn it, yes. But so the ladies all meet up at the airport. This is an all-cash trip, so everybody is coming. Let's see. They land in Colorado. Angel is outside waiting on them with her head down with this cowboy hat on, trying to have a moment. I was just like, it didn't work. Like, stop, give it up. We have 3 separate vehicles. We have in car number 1, Wendy and Stacey, which Angel is driving, so they rode with her. In truck 2, we have Giselle, Kay, and Jazzy. And then in 3, Ashley, Monique, and Tia are all together. Monique shares this is her first girls trip in 5 years, so she's a little nervous because she used to traveling on her own. And so the ladies were also a little shocked because normally everybody travels on the trip together, but Angel is already there. So it was just a little different for some of the people. Angel, her man Bobby was calling while she was out of the car. Stacey pretty much said, "Oh, let's answer the phone." Wendy said, "No, Angel don't play about her man, and we're not gonna get into that, okay?" Angel shares with Wendy and Stacey that they will be happy about their room. She's sure they'll be pretty pleased with their sleeping arrangements, but some of the other ladies will not be. Angel did share that she likes Wendy. They do have issues, but they're gonna work through their issues. And so I was like, okay, all of a sudden now you like Wendy. Just 2 episodes ago you didn't like Wendy. She was a witch, a horrible person. Now all of a sudden y'all cool. I'm just like, pick aside and stay on it, Angel. This consistent flip-flopping throughout the season is too much. Stacey asks, will there be food at your home? Angel said, well, there will be food. We're not going to my house though. And so that's when it was kind of broken to the ladies that they will not be staying with Angel. Let's see. We have Giselle shares sorry, I'm a little lost, y'all.
It's okay.
She says a secret, Giselle. Oh, she tells Stacey and Wendy that Giselle and Ashley will be sharing a room together, so they're not gonna be happy about that. Giselle shares that Angel was evicted with Jazzy. Monique shares that she likes Kay and Angel. They seem pretty cool. She also shared that at the Potomac and Pony party that Angel shared her husband was not very happy, and excited to go to the event because of everything that was going on, in regards to the whole moving out situation. And so Monique said that Angel's life kind of mirrors how she felt in her marriage. Kay says that Giselle is going to be on her, or asks Giselle if she's going to be on her best behavior. Giselle said yes, she's going to be on her best behavior. Ashley and them are realizing there's no cell phone service, and the ladies are a little nervous about going up to this house. The ladies arrived to the rental home that they will be at, and so everybody then realizes that they're not staying at Angel's house. Angel shares again about Wonderland Outdoors. She introduces us to Bianca. She's going to be heading over all the activities for the trip. She also told the ladies that one drink is like three, so be responsible in your drinking. After the ladies sat down, and ate, they're going to go tour their rooms and see what rooms they got. And so Angel said that, she'll be going back to her home after this, and then all the ladies will be coming over there later. Hello, Happy New Year. Let's see. Monique then asked, so we're not staying at your house? And so she said no, pretty much there's not enough space. But Tia and Kay will be staying there. And then they shared that the house is about an hour away from where they're staying, Diva. So this already is going to be a hot mess. It's not looking good in my opinion. We did room assignments. Stacy got the master bedroom. Monique got a room. Tia and Kay are staying with Angel. Giselle and Ashley ended up sharing a room with twin beds, and so that was pretty much Angel's way of shading them with the room situation. And then Wendy got the basement to herself. So yeah, once the ladies kind of realized they were sharing a twin bed, Ashley and Giselle were not happy. Monique said that this is a lick back for them calling her, talking about she was evicted. Giselle said yes, she was evicted, and we got more information on that. Angel said, well, what do you know? Because I wasn't evicted, and we need to talk about it because we're not going to my house. She said she will shut all of this down. She's not bringing none of these ladies to her house with all of this bad energy, spreading lies on her properties and making bad information up about her. And we won't go nowhere. So who got the rest of the information? Let her know. And so that ended us off on episode 13, season 10 of the Real Housewives of Potomac, Altitude with Attitude. Anything on that last scene, Diva? I know that was a lot. Sorry, everybody.
I know it's good. I want to back up and just say this real quick. When at the sip and read, when Kay told Wendy that her bags aren't fake, I said, "Ooh, did you see Wendy's face?" And because I was thinking, okay, so your bags be fake, but girl, because she did not clap back at her. She just gave her.
She didn't say nothing.
She didn't say nothing. So Stacy just called the Angel about being appreciative for the invite, whatever, it was what it was. Now listen, this whole ride the airport ride, like somebody said, the gown Wendy wore on the flight, this whole thing, it's a lot. Well, let me back up one more time again and say this. Did you see Angel's face? Not Angel's face. Ashley face when Angel said, "You don't have to come to my house."
Yes.
Ashley was like, and then Giselle was like, "Well, this my bestie. If she ain't coming, I ain't coming." But yeah, girl. But anywho,
did you hear about this podcast? I'm sorry to cut you off. Did you hear about this podcast?
No, I didn't. But you know what though? She's a fool. The podcast, your podcast would have went somewhere if you did better on Real Housewives of Potomac.
On the show, yes.
So I don't need to see your podcast because you ain't ready. You couldn't gather them girls together. Now you should have asked Bravo to let your sister come more and let your sister come help there and come and gather the girls for you because you couldn't do it. But anywho, them going to Angel and Angel meeting them. I thought Angel meeting them with her cowboy hat on was cute. But she hugged the girls and they thought it was getting off to a good start. You couldn't find a house that was closer to your house. It's an hour from your house. And then you couldn't even stay at the house with them for the cash for the trip. Like, that just didn't make no sense to me. And especially since your house was just an hour away. Bobby couldn't watch the 4 kids until you got back from 3 days or 4 days with the girls. And then if he really would have needed you, you just would have had to drive an hour back. But I didn't like the fact that she got this house for them. She's not staying in the house with them. It just was this, Angel's not ready. She's a waste of our time. Just quite frankly, she just a waste of our time. I mean, and then you talk about the private chef and all of this other stuff. And then you got your business that y'all do some wellness thing and hikes with the people. I just wasn't here for Angel. Now, when I did get here for Angel, when I did pipe up, I guess Angel needed the backing of her home state, Colorado, because, honey, she told us straight up in that house that won't nobody step foot on her property until y'all get more information as to what y'all think y'all know about said eviction. She said, who talking? Because Giselle and Ashley was not happy about the twin rooms. And Giselle said she must not know about me. She said she must not know about me because I ain't got to stay here under these conditions. And she said, and Angel said, we're going to stop with this eviction. They was like, no, we know more. Angel was hot. She said, no, we're going to, who knows more? We not be coming up in my property. Right. So you ain't gonna come in my house with the nonsense. So Angel put her foot down finally. And then, but Giselle got mad too when somebody said, "Oh, Angel got her lick back," and Giselle was like, "What lick?" Yeah.
Raheem said Angel doesn't need a podcast; she need a miracle.
That's facts.
You're falling flat. It is. It's so sad. It is really sad.
That's fact. Yeah, Giselle was hot. Yeah, kick those Colorado ox, Angel. Yeah, Angel. She's not ready for this. And her podcast is not.
If she does do it, it's not gonna be Bravo fan worthy, if you may. It's just not going to be that. But that was our recap of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 10, episode 13, Altitude with Attitude. At the end of every recap, we ask for your personal thoughts and opinions on the episode on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst and 10 being the best. Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And then the people have been rating the podcast too, Diva. So rate this episode of the podcast on a scale of 1 to 10. Let us know what your thoughts were on our recap today. Diva, I'm giving this episode, I'm going to give it a strong 8. I'm with Jeremy. I'm giving it a strong 8. I thought it was really good. We had real reality moments. We had drama. We had laughter. It was everything to me. I totally enjoyed the episode. So I'm giving it an 8.
I'm with everybody else in y'all too. I'm giving it an 8. I'm giving it an 8 because Angel woke up at the end of the episode and said, well, nobody be going to her house. Okay. She said, well, nobody be going to her house. Not Monique. Not you giving it an 8 for Tia's home. Get out of here.
Yeah, because you don't stop hating on Tia.
Whatever. No.
Don't be a hater from outside the club because you can't get in.
I sent the duck points for Tia in that home scene. I was really, and I was laying in the bed watching. I was like, is she serious? And then they put the picture on the steps. I was just mad that she left her sister out the picture. I thought that was just foul. So she did exactly what her father did. Her father left the sister out of the life, and so did Tia. So whatever. So
father like daughter.
And you know what? I need to give it an extra 0.5. Matter of fact, Royaire, I'm doing 8.5 because Uncle Lump, he's what's up.
Shout out to Uncle Lump. Shout out to Uncle Lump. Yes. You know what? I will round it up to a 9 for Uncle Lump because Uncle Lump made the family. Like it was a yes. So I'm gonna give it a 9. Actually, I'm gonna give it a 9.
Work. Yo, Uncle Lump is work. He was like,
yes, John. Like
Why? He's like,
he's finally going to rehab, like whoop-de-doo. John finally getting his life together. Woo! Oh my God. Yes, I'm giving it a 9. Let's see. Jeremy, he is giving it an 8. What is this? Explorer is giving it an 8.
And Explorer said, who's paying for rehab? Unfortunately, Sheila is.
Sheila is. That's why she working 24 hours, 7 days a week. Miss Wilson is giving it an 8. Monique is giving it an 8 for Tia. Okay, the recap is a 10. Thank you so much. 9 out of 10. Angel put Giselle and Ashley in their places at the end. Okay, recap was a 10. The show was a 7. Thank you. The episode was an 8. Recap was a 10. Thank you. I'll give it a 7. Case Billboard.
Listen, they needed cue cards for Greg's words. They should have been back there with cue cards because Greg stumbled over his words.
Listen, I'm hollering. Is this Linky? Is what it looks like? Is what it looks like. Linky. She's giving it a 9 only because the show was on during New Year's. Okay. Recap of 10. The show was an 8. Thank you so much. I'm going to give it a 9 because Angel was getting.
Huh? He said 2 years. They just did the show yesterday.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Listen, let the people be. Let the people be. You're giving it a 9 because Angel was getting ready to check Giselle. I like Uncle Lump, so I'll give it a 10. Okay, yes. Y'all better. The people love Uncle Lump. Okay. Shout out to Uncle Lump. All right. Elisha's World is giving it an 8 as well. All righty. Well, listen, y'all. We appreciate y'all for joining us tonight. Listen, like we have told you, we are live on both channels. So make sure if you didn't hit the like button on the way in for Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva or Royaire's World, make sure you hit it on your way out. If you're not a subscriber, please make sure you hit the subscribe button on both channels and your notification bells on all. We appreciate your participation every show. Welcome to 2026. We are back and we are recapping the great shows again. So stay tuned with us. Tomorrow we will be back with Married to Medicine. And oh my God, what an episode. And I got some opinions and some thoughts, people. So make sure you join us tomorrow night, 6 p.m. live for our recap of Married to Medicine. We are also going to be recapping The Fix with Iyanla. So that is coming back January 17th. So stay tuned for that. And then I have started watching Kimura. So we just got to start recapping it, people. So our plan is for Saturdays and Sundays for Iyanla and for Kimura. So stay tuned with us. We will get with that. Join Diva for trending topics each and every night around 8 p.m., 8:30. Make sure you stay tuned for that. We are doing one short a day, so make sure you continue to stay tuned to our shorts as well. Anything before we go?
No, it was a good show. I enjoyed myself. Y'all gotta stop having me cutting up and laughing though.
Yes, y'all are everything. It be the comments. They are everything. Y'all are amazing. So we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Join Diva tonight for trending topics. We'll see y'all tomorrow at 6 p.m. for Married to Medicine. And if nothing else, have a great evening. Happy New Year. We love and appreciate y'all. Good night and goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Royaire's World.